Well, I'd like to use this design by Angus Wheaton just to illustrate the use of the distance tool. The distance tool, some people call it the ruler tool. It's up here in the standard toolbar. So if we select it, and that enables us to indicate, and the prompt says, show me the first point. I'll just say across this driveway area here and then click, and down there in the status line it tells me that distance 7411 and a lot more accuracy than we need. We haven't nominated accurate start and end point, and that's done because you would usually use the distance tool together with the drafting settings, and you'd set some entity snap. And Angus has left endpoint and node on, but I do need to put the object snap on. If you look down here in the status line, OSnap is grayed out, but when I click here, OSnap is now marked in red. That means now let's say for the sake of argument, we wanted to measure the width of the driveway entry. We could do that in the same way, but we can pick as a first point, since OSnap is on, I'll zoom in here. gCADPlus does all the work for me. It finds that point, which is in fact a node on a polyline, which I'll illustrate in a moment. But we click here, and that gives us the distance 5791.742. Clearly the construction team would prefer that they had, say, 5,800. Some little editing after a little check like that would be appropriate. I mentioned that if I select the polyline that has been placed carefully around all of the area of paving is a complex polyline with quite a large number of vertices, and what gCADPlus is doing is finding these vertices easily, that endpoint there and that endpoint there. So the distance tool is sort of interactive. Use it, here's here for the sake of argument is the entrance to the property. You might want to say, well, what's the width of that entrance? We'd like it to be maybe 1200 or thereabouts, and it's a little wider than that. Not that we would object, but again, I would argue that for your construction team, instead of reading 1385, that would be better to round it off to 1400 millimeters through there. You can, as we've done here, drag in some of these symbols. It's good to give symbols like a vehicle and drag that in, and that's dragged in from the library, just going to details and down to vehicles, and pick some sort of another SUV filled red and insert it into the drawing so it comes in full size, and we can just rotate it around and move it into position. So we're clearly quite happy that that can be moved through that driveway and into the garage. So I hope that shows you the sort of interactive value of the distance tool, or ruler tool, as some call it.